Hello, so video diary number 2 for Colombia. Do you want to start day 1?
Sure. You saw us land in Capagana, whatever. And that was really good. We ended up having our last dinner with the people from the tour, and that turned into an enormous night. So needless to say, we did very little the next day. It was really cool, actually. We had an Italian restaurant all to ourselves until about 4:30 in the morning. So it was good fun, really good fun. So yeah, the second day we really didn't do anything.
No, and Capagana is a town that you can only get to by boat, and so there was no cars or anything. There were just horse and cart. There was a couple of motorbikes and everything, but yeah, it was just set back in time. It felt like there was one Wi-Fi. You could get Wi-Fi in one part of the town, and it was in the middle of the street.
Yeah, so we sat on the road. So lucky they only had donkeys and stuff, so we didn't get run over. But they also didn't have ATMs. So after being on a couple of deserted islands for 4 nights, we kind of felt like we were only just in civilization, which is actually kind of nice, actually.
Yeah, and then we didn't do much the second night, and then third night we went to our third day we went to Turbo. So getting on the boat to Turbo was a fucking mission. So this jetty, I'll use that word very, very loosely, was like the waves rolling in off the jetty, and trying to fit all like 50 people on this speedboat, and I don't know how more people don't fall in the water and don't get their arms crushed, and yeah, there was a lot of groping happening and pushing around, and bags getting chucked in, people not getting led on, and it was a bit hectic. But yeah, we ended up getting to Turbo, and it was after being in such remote areas, it was a bit of a slap in the face. So it reminded me a lot of Malaysia, KL. It was just people everywhere and noise and cars and fucking motorbikes and just shit happening. It was really fast paced, and we were a bit taken back. And but we had someone meet us pretty much on the plastic pontoon, which felt like it was going to fall in when you stepped on it. And chucked us on a bus to Medellin pretty much straight away, which was good. But the bus ride was absolute hell. But it was through really beautiful scenery and lovely and everything, stunning views. Just 10 hours on a bus is just fucking shit.
Especially when we were told it was only meant to take 6.
Yeah.
So needless to say, when we finally got to Medellin, we didn't do anything because it was about nearly 10 o'clock by the time we got to our hostel. So we just went and had dinner, and I'd been a bit crook, and Morgan started to be a bit crook as well, so we just had one beer instead of a few. Went to bed.
Yeah, and then what did we do the next day?
The next day we had our admin day, so we got some washing done, and we're not really allowed to talk about this day anymore because we got reamed.
Absolutely reamed.
So we thought it was going to be $1,000 per kilo at 1,000 pesos per kilo, which is about 50 cents or something. But it turned out that it was 10,000 per kilo, so it was an expensive outing.
Yes, very. But the clothes did smell like sunshine when they came back.
So we decided to continue our reaming by going to the Medellin beer factory and drowning our sorrows for an hour or 2.
Yeah.
And then our first night, we just went and grabbed dinner, the 2 of us, and had another responsible evening. What did we do the next day? Oh, the next day we went on that walking tour.
Yeah, so we went on this really amazing walking tour. It was a free walking tour, but around Medellin, and the guide was really amazing, so totally recommend Real City Tours. And he took us did a lot of history, told us a lot of history, and it was a 4-hour tour, and took us to all the dodgy areas, and I thought that was pretty cool, and not hiding the real city from us, and didn't focus on all the bad stuff that was in Medellin, because it has such a horrible history and violent history, but didn't shy away from it as well. It was really nice. And sad but happy in the same that they've come so far, and it's you can visit the city now, and I didn't feel unsafe at all while I was there, so that was good. And he took us to down the alleys where they sell all the counterfeit stuff, and saw some very interesting porn titles, like some shit you just cannot unsee. The look on Titty's face when she saw some of it, I will never ever forget, ever.
The best part about these dodgy alleys, so we went to by 3 churches, and by the alley on the left-hand side of the first church, it had prostitutes, but the word in Spanish is the same, so he didn't want to make it negative, so he called them love givers. Love providers. Love providers. And then the second one was all the counterfeit stuff, and then the third church in the left-hand lane was ladyboys.
Yeah.
So for a very Catholic country, it's crazy.
Apparently they use religion more in a way to cleanse their sins, so they sin and then they just cleanse their sins and all is forgiven and happy days. So yeah.
Obviously my understanding of religion is slightly different. And then we caught up with our buddies again from the tour and had a couple of drinks, went out for dinner, and that
went pear-shaped.
That was a very, very large evening. We ended up, and this is apparently quite a normal thing, we ended up buying drinks from a bottle shop and drinking in the park and listening to salsa music and watching people salsa dance. It was actually really cool. There was probably a couple of hundred people in this tiny park. But I felt like we were 15, so I made sure that we drank drinks like a 15-year-old. So we brought back the red Smirnoff for one night only. But we also were being made to drink this awful drink that tasted like licorice by the shot, and we had maybe a couple of litres between 8 of us, so it's a bit gross actually.
Yeah, but apparently it's the Colombian thing to do, so that's what we did.
Oh, it was awful. But yeah,
and we found out
Colombians
lie a lot.
Oh, so much. So that was a big night, which meant that the next day it was a little bit rough. So I managed to Google and find a sushi train, so that made us feel like we were at home with a normal hangover. So that was good.
Yeah. And what did we do that night?
Lights.
Oh yeah, we went. So Median had I think it's a Christmas display, and it was still on. So down along the river, they had all these really amazing lights, and I put some pictures up on Facebook of what they looked like, and that was really cool. Too many people, way too many people. Rach and I thought we'd do the Colombian thing and try some different foods. We bought about 5 or 6 different dishes or items and had one bite each out of them and threw them away because they were fucking dog shit. They were so disgusting. So Colombian food is crap.
We'd been warned about that, but I guess we just kept proving it to ourselves. So the best thing that we ate that night was an ice cream on the way home.
Yeah.
And then on our last day in Medellin, we had breakfast with Sam and Amy, which was lovely. I was sad to say goodbye to them, but no doubt we'll see them again. And then we, where did we go? Oh, we went to the airport to fly to Bogota.
Yeah. So then we got to Bogota, totally different city to Medellin, totally different feel. It's a lot more European and a lot more dodgy, I felt. But we did stay in a really nice area in Medellin, I think.
Yeah, we did.
And we were staying in a hostel, and we were warned that it was a very loud and boisterous hostel. That was okay. One of our roommates came in about 10:30 last night. He's like, "I'm really sorry, ladies. I'm going to be in and out all night. I've just dropped acid." And then proceeded to chant and sing in the shower for an hour. It was quite funny.
It was
until
funny.
We wanted to go to sleep.
But the hostel itself was actually really cool. It was a converted monastery, and a lot of the people that work in there are volunteers, and they've all been avid travellers at some point in their lives, so they wanted to make the perfect hostel, which I don't think it was, but for like $9 Australian a night, you can't really argue.
Yeah, can't really complain. And then we
did anyway, but you can't really.
We walked around Bogota for a little bit, weren't really impressed. We didn't get to do what we wanted to do, like we wanted to go up, I was recommended to go up on top of this hill and view all of Bogota, but we just didn't have time to do it.
And it was a Sunday, so they were all at church, because there's a church at the top of this mountain.
And we went to the gold factory and saw an exhibit. That was pretty cool. It's different.
We walked around the city, found some markets, went into the sort of the town square, which is what you see on all of the Bogota sort of postcards, I guess. That was about it, really. We were sort of forcing ourselves to enjoy Bogota, which we didn't, so we're pretty happy when we
It's
left.
just graffitied in not a nice way, a lot of it. Like, it's a lot of tags everywhere, and yeah, it's just a bit dirty, and
Pigeons.
lots of fucking
It all
pigeons.
stank of pigeons.
Yep. And a lot of dead pigeons as well. So then we caught a cab to the airport, and now we're in Peru. So that's all for Colombia. Had the best time, loved it so much, and we'll definitely go back.
Yeah, we've got a bit of a hit list of places we want to go next time, so
Yeah. Got a better idea of where to go and what to do and everything. So, yeah. All right, guys, sign off, and we'll see you next time.